appreciate you for sitting down with me, man.
No doubt.
Appreciate you, man. I don't know exactly the moment that we met. I want to say we met actually in Tampa. Did we meet in Tampa?
I've been in Tampa.
Time we met at, was it not Lounge 360, but was it Lounge 360 in Tampa? What was that? What was that venue in Tampa? Inspirations Lounge.
Inspirations. Yeah.
Inspirations. I think that's where I first met you.
Okay, yeah. That was my first time actually being stepping out, rapping in another city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that place?
Expressions.
Where did you come from to Tampa? Were you in Orlando?
I was in Orlando at the time.
Oh, and then you went to Tampa for that.
Yeah. It wasn't even an event I was actually placed on. I was with one of my big bros, Newborn. Shout out to Newborn, and he would, whatever he's doing, wherever he go, he'll let him know, yo, put my little bro on, let him go, and so I took initiative and stepped up, and I was there. That's
what's up, though.
Yeah.
Especially to have somebody that
support you,
is gonna look out and always put you on wherever they go. Definitely. That's what's up. Yeah, man. And when I was doing this, and I was going through, just reaching out to people that I knew I had a relationship with, and that I knew that would be dope to add to the show. And I told my wife, I was like, Deshay would be dope to come on the show. I don't even know at what point where I thought that. I think I was either on social media or I was on Facebook or something like that, and I seen something that you had posted, and I was like, oh, for sure, man, I'm hitting him up to come on. I've always liked your style, been a fan of it. And even when we were talking on the phone, your maturity, man, and I feel like that is something that a lot of times, as an artist matures, as a person, sometimes they can struggle to even display that maturity in their music, or even be willing to adapt to what's happening currently musically, and just trying to put their spin on that. And even the style and sound that you have now, I feel like you've done that, and I feel like you've mastered that, being able to still keep your maturity, and then display something that's current within your music, bro. So I like that. And I think that's what makes an artist, being able to adapt,
I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Just stepping out, trying new things, man. But I just, in the process of trying new things, I just want to make sure I keep my light on, and and I feel like if you can keep your light on, and wherever you walk and however you talk, you already won half the battle. So, and that's that's my main focus. Yeah.
What got you started in music in the first place? What was that like?
To be honest with you, it's so funny. My big bro Newborn, man, I used to go to the studio where he would be at from time to time, and at that particular point, neither one of us wasn't really on our trying to walk with God at that point. But he was always in the music, and I was always fascinated watching him do what he do.
Right.
But in the process of doing that, joking around, pick up a pen and a pad and try to do some things, and it led from picking up the pen and the pad to, all right, I want you to write a verse with me, and record it on one of my songs for my mixtape, and I did that, and then it went from that to, why don't you go ahead and try to make a song, and, but that never did work for me at the time.
Yeah.
I tried, but I just couldn't do it. But then once I rededicated my life to the Lord, it was like I went back, and it was like now I'm talking about things I'm comfortable talking about, even though some of the things were still some of the things I would talk about in the world, but it was just a different aspect of it, a different lighting on it, and it was just, it fit, So that's what worked for me.
I feel like even being artists, especially Christian artists, I feel like the struggle to remain consistent is tough on Christian artists. And I'm gonna tell you why, and then I want to hear what you think about it. So I think it's tough for Christian artists to remain consistent. You don't want to ever, you don't want to be hypocritical in your music, to be rapping about something you don't live. but then you want to make sure your music has an encouraging undertone to it. Like if I'm going to talk about a struggle, I don't want to talk about it from a position that I'm in the middle of it. I want to talk about it from a position that I overcame it, because I want to encourage other people to come out of it too. But I'm gonna hit you with something, right? I'm gonna hit you with something because I want to know what you think about it. I don't think that we should do that.
Okay.
I think that we should remain transparent in our music, because that's something I struggle with too. Because if you wait to overcome something before you rap about it, man, you'll be sitting on the shelf for a minute.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm finna read. That's what happened with me.
For real?
When I had a long span, because I was struggling with a lot of things, and I was waiting to overcome it. I was hurt by a lot of things, and transparency. I you know what I'm saying, just being, you know, the name is Deshay, but it's always been the alias of Slim 100, and what that meant.
I remember Slim 100.
Yeah, that is, and it's because I've never been the type to be able to like hide my emotions, my feelings, whether I was in an angry mood, I always felt 100. But even for the terminology 100, that was just me. I carried my emotions on my sleeve like that. So with that being said, like when I went through a stage where my church home moved, and everything that I was basing my faith on, like needing to be a part of my life, to walk in my faith, when it started transitioning and moving, I didn't know how to react to it. And then like I found myself lost at one point. And when I found myself lost, instead of like, you know, keep pushing in the faith, keep doing what I'm doing, and like having those moments of transparent, it shut me down to the point that now my hands are tied behind my back because I don't want to write, I don't want to do this. And I lost a lot of people that believed in what I was rapping about, and that's the down part about, because it's people that are listening, they're hearing, they're watching, and now they see you just go ghost, you know, and saying that you don't want no part of it, because they don't know what's going on, but you're trying to get this fixed, and if I would have still been trying to do that, I would have still not been rapping. And that's how I birthed out the album Heart, because I was dealing with a lot, matters of the heart. And I just wanted somebody to hear everything and recognize my truth. Heart.
Man, which is dope. I was struggling with a lot of things too. Even with me birthing the sit down. I was quiet on a lot of stuff. I sat back for a minute. My wife knows. Last year I did a year of music where I dropped a single every month, right? Yeah. That was me fighting to remain consistent. And I was going through stuff at that time too, but I forced myself to keep doing music because I said I want to remain consistent in music. I just wanted to develop a habit of consistency, period, because I have not always been a consistent human. Okay. So that was an exercise for me in consistency, more so than music, but a lot of music came out of that. Gotcha. Music that I have not even dropped, that I have a crap ton of music. I was just building my catalog, and which was good. And then it helped me kind of move into this space of artistry where I'm at now, where I don't feel the pressure to always speak on a topic from an overcoming standpoint. Yeah. Because for number one, I feel like it stunts the artist's ability to create. I'm not saying everyone should do it. This is just my perspective. It stunts the artist's ability to create because now, since you can only speak from one perspective of life, but that's not real life because you're not always going to be an overcomer. So that way, and then it forced me to remain creative and still be like, oh, I'm going through, and so it forced me to kind of create a little bit differently. Gotcha. Because a lot of even mainstream artists do that, and then we forget that this is still a form of entertainment. It's artistry, and then you lose traction, you lose fan base, people that watch you and that are waiting for your consistency. You lose that because then you're showing the industry that you can't be consistent or that you're not a consistent person. Granted, you're going through personal things, but nobody they ain't trying to hear us. They ain't trying to hear us when we say, "Hey, man, we going through."
I think honestly, I was able to deal with my family, like, cause honestly, my family, some of my family members, they was big on my music. They seen what it was doing in my life, and just because at the same time with me doing music, you gotta have something to talk about. And I'm one of them type of people. I don't want to just to talk. So it made me study, get in my studies even more, different things like that. But I was able to deal with my family, you know, being like, why you stop? You know, I was able to shake that off. But one of the most painful things that hit me was when I looked in my inbox and I seen some of my younger peers that was at different youth conferences or different, that I may have met them only once, but they stayed in touch with me and waiting for new music and this and that. That kind of did something to me, because I was like, oh man. As a matter of fact, one of them hit me up 2 days. That's telling me, you know, he was like, man, I'm getting ready to start. I'm in school now, but I'm gonna start producing beats, man. And I just want to let you know you were one of the biggest inspirations, the reasons why. This in my inbox yesterday on Instagram. Shout out to Patrick. I know you're gonna see this, so you know I definitely want to just tell you, man, salute, man. But yeah,
that's what's up. Yeah, that motivation. So talk a little bit about the Heart album and then like your first music video.
Okay, the Heart album, like I said, it was where I was at right then, right there. And some songs was some old songs, but I brought them back because I felt like it was needed now to be put on there. But Heart, like I said, if you even look at the album cover, the heart is not some shiny piece of, you know, strong heart. You see the stitches in there. You know, I wanted to be vulnerable. I wanted you to see me, recognize my truth. I'm hurt, you know. I'm still hurt, you know, but I'm gaining strength. And so I took the people on the journey with that. And the song, yeah, times 5, is so many messages within that.
I love that song.
I'm telling you, I'm rededicating my life to my Lord and Savior on the song, you know. I made up my mind, no quitting this time. I'm back on my grind. Yeah. And I'm ready to ball. Put me in, coach. I'm going straight in, no hesitant approach. Don't need a hype man. The reason why I say don't need a hype man, because I was so dependent on everybody else around me to be like, yeah, that's good. But when I fell and then all no one around no more, it was just like, it killed me. So now I don't need a hype man. I get hype with my God. If the world be against me, I still got God. You know, so it's like that. But then it even goes even deeper than that. When you listen to Yeah times 5, I'm making a declaration. Yeah. That's a sign of surrenderance right there to God. But also, I'm letting them know I'm thankful for His grace, the number 5. So that's why it's yeah times 5. Because after I make the declaration, I'm telling God, I'm rededicating, I'm thankful for it, and I'm thankful for this opportunity because I know it's because of your grace. Yeah.
That's real. Where did you shoot that music video? Who shot that? Because I love that. That video,
one of my brothers, Frantic. His name's Frantic, and he dope artist himself, but you know, he's always taken a liking to my music, and he started making videos and things like that. And he was like, man, you got to think of something creative. He was like, you're a creative person, man. He said, I don't want you to do the typical, you know, this is going to sound kind of, but I'm going to be honest. He said, I don't want you to do the typical in your church video, you know, at the pulpit rap, you know.
Be honest about it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, man. He said, I want you be creative. You be you. And I was like, okay. And so I was like, hey, man, well, I got this idea about a barbershop. He was like, perfect, let's go with it.
Let's go.
So that's how it went, man. And we just went from there, and just me, the barber Andy Ha. You know, he's a dope artist / Christian worshiper. You know, he got in on it, and we just started. Everybody just kept going back and forth, and we just combined that. So it's like you see me. It's actually my thoughts within the video. Like I'm living out my thoughts. You know, yeah, I'm getting back into it, but in reality, it's just a thought. That's why you see me kind of like snap back to. I'm like working. I'm serving. I'm just serving right there. But it's like, yeah, man, hey, come get your haircut, man. You know, come back to the real world. But yeah,
I like that. I think Christian artists need to be more creative in their visuals. That's why I like KB and Lecrae so much and what those guys are doing at Reach, because I believe that they've been able to and I know they get a lot of flack, especially Lecrae. He gets a lot of heat. But I believe that they've been able to display that creativity, and still have a message in their music. Like Lecrae's last album, Restoration. I feel, in my opinion, that's his best project. That's his best project to me, because I feel like he was transparent. He spoke about his life, his issues, what he was going with, and I actually did a review to that album because I liked it so much. But I really enjoyed that project. I feel like that was the most raw, most real Lecrae we've had since. So what about your album had 1,000 views on it?
Not the album, just that video on YouTube.
The video.
Yeah, on YouTube, ×5 had 1,000 views, and like, and that's a story within itself too, man. Like, cause to be honest with you, I can't say I never had a video that produced like that. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Organic.
Oh, all of it was organic.
Yeah, it was real. It was real views, you know. And
yeah,
I've been caught up in different things that was not my doing, and I didn't know, you know. But that's neither here nor there. But just celebrating it now, and that felt so good, because I didn't even know 1,000 people, let alone 100 people, won't even hear my music, you know. So especially, after everything that went on, and it was just like, man, and people started sharing it and different things, and it was just like so encouraging, it was a blessing.
Yeah, that's dope. I seen when you dropped that, and I watched it. When I watched it, it had views on it, and I was like, dang. But I always known that you had supporters, or that people rock with you musically. That's all I've known from you. Like, you were an artist that I felt like had the support and had the following and backing. Who you listen to right now? What's on your playlist?
Right now,
you listen to yourself a lot? You listen to your own stuff?
I do listen to myself.
Yeah, me too.
A lot.
I listen to me.
Do. It's funny because I'm like, I keep saying to myself, this Corona COVID thing is gonna end, and when it ends, I'm gonna have my concert ideas. I'm gonna be ready. If anybody wanna put me on to do a set, I'm gonna be ready, prepared. Yeah. Ain't no gassing out, giving out a breath. I'm gonna be fully prepared. So I do that. But to be honest with you, right now, I don't listen to albums per se, but I listen to certain singles. Like I listen to David Ward. He has a new single out right now. It's Grace. I listen to that song. I listen to a lot of worship music. To be honest with you, I try to stay away from a lot of Christian rap.
You do?
Because I want
Me too.
I want to keep my identity and not blend. You know what I'm saying? Because I see this working for them, so let me. Yeah. I feel like if I get caught up in that, then I'm trying to jump. Not so much jump on the bandwagon, but I see it working. Let me join in and do this. I just wanna be happy and be free and be who God has chose me to be. So whether it works or not for every ear, but whoever needs to hear it, they're gonna be able to hear it.
A lot of rappers I talk to, and even that I follow, whether they're mainstream artists or whatever, they don't listen to a lot of rap. They themselves don't listen to a lot of rap, and I understand why, because even subconsciously, you'll find yourself sounding like someone. Yeah. You'll hear a verse back, you'll be like, dang, that sound like this person. And you're like, oh, well, I have to listen to them a lot. I've
done that. Yeah. And I've, been in the studio, and then I rap something, and somebody be like, you sound like...
Let me do that again, because I don't want to sound like... I find myself sounding like, a lot of times, I got to catch myself. I'll rap like Jay-Z or Kanye a lot.
I can see that.
And I'm like, dang, so I got to go back. I'll go in there and change it, or I'll deliver it differently. But I grew up listening to, like, being a Jay-Z fan. Like, oh my gosh, like, but I think a lot of people are Jay-Z fans. So let's get into some fatherhood conversation, because we're talking about that over the phone.
Yeah, definitely, man.
What's that? How many do you have?
I have 2 kids right now.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Brielle Walker and Marcus Walker.
A junior?
Junior, yes, definitely.
Yeah, gotta have a junior.
Yeah, definitely.
How old are they?
Oh man, the number game. Oh, I've never been good with numbers. I know it's horrible, but I've never been good with numbers. I can tell you their birthdays.
I can't do that. Birthdays Birthdays get me.
Yeah, no, I gotta get the birthdays. Numbers,
birthdays.
but they're both, I believe, 7 and 9. 7 and 9.
Oh, so they're not little babies.
Yeah, no more babies, no more babies. But it's a blessing watching them grow. They both actually just did something that, because one of my consistent prayers is that my kids be better than me. Mm-hmm. And it's not that I was just such a horrible person, but I just want to see them succeed in life,
Right.
And and honestly, I don't consistently. I'm just putting out. I don't consistently pray about a certain thing as much as I pray for that.
Your kids.
Yeah. So knowing that both of them had straight A's, and my son, he's actually in challenge, which is like gifted, but they call it challenge where we live at. Both of my kids are straight A students right now, and I've never done that, and it's just like, wow, man, God, you're awesome. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, definitely, and they both are different as night as day. One is more quiet and reserved, sheltered, mm-hmm. and that's my daughter. My son he kind of has a mixture of me and his mom. And he can be the life of the party, and he's funny, he's charismatic, It's definitely, I love both my kids though.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Are they in school? Or you got them homeschooling, or are they going to?
My daughter's in public school and my son is homeschooled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one's going to campus, another's at the...
Definitely.
That's crazy. How has being the father of a daughter, how has that changed you as a man?
So many ways. I'll say this. Two things. With her, seeing her, all right, when I was my firstborn baby, when she was born, how can I say this? I'll just keep it all the way 100. But when she was born, I have a picture that I look at every so often, and sometimes when I look at the picture, I cry. Sometimes I get angry with myself because I look at this picture and it's one of the greatest moments of my life, but it's also one of the lowest moments of my life because I was holding my newborn baby, but I'm high as a kite. And I had already told myself in my mind that, because I had some incidents, if people that do know my testimony, when you run it back, they know right before she was born, I had guns drawn out on me because they thought I was like a heavy drug dealer, which I wasn't. I'm none of that. I just was a small hustler, nickel and diamond, but I ran into an area I ain't had no business being in and had guns pulled out on me. And I had already, said in my mind that, I'm going to change, and then my wife was like, you got to change, it's either that or this, simple as that. So all this stuff going on in my mind, but at that time I wasn't married though, but at that time I'm looking at this, but now I look at this picture, and at that particular moment, after I look at the picture and get it back to my phone, I'm looking and I'm just like, man, how did I end up doing this again? And I'm holding a newborn baby and I'm high as a kite. I'm happy for my baby, but when I look at the picture, I'm just like, this is pitiful, you know? So that moment, I'm not gonna say I stopped right away because it was a process, but that was the turning moment that I was like, enough is enough. I got to fight this off. So she changed me like that. She, things that I couldn't break on my own, I broke it for her.
Yeah.
So
that motivation.
Yeah. And I guess also, you want the best for your daughter, so you got to be an example. So, and I don't think I was much of an example, you know. So different things on even how to be a gentleman, I began to learn, you know, even simple as holding the door open, you know, just different things, you know, because you're gonna want her to have that.
Right.
So you got to show her that's what's supposed to be there.
It's I think a lot of times men, we become fathers, especially in the Black community. We become fathers before we're ready to change. Because I think and it's not to say that we don't want to change or that we don't change. We're just not ready to change at the time where we add them additions into our lives. So those additions give us the push to say, hey, you gotta fight. Hey, you gotta do it. When my son was born, I say this so much. My prayer was that I want him to be a certain type of man. Just pray for the type of man I want him to be. And God just straight up told me, man, if you want that, then you're gonna have to be something different. Because he's going to be a version of you. You know, because they do what we do more than they do what we say. And so I'm not gonna say I change into this amazing man. Yeah, like no, but it's just starting that journey. Even now, like things I used to say, I didn't curse, but I'll use a hybrid curse word. Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna curse, but I'll use a replacement word. And my kids will say it, and I'm like, dang, I guess I gotta stop using that word because it just don't sound cool coming out of their mouth either. So,
okay, all right, I can see that.
But man, it's just one of those things where kids do a lot for us as changing as humans, even changing in spaces that our wives can't encourage us. Not that they don't encourage us to change, but there's something about this offspring that's yours that pushes you to change in a space. So I do want to ask you about, because your son is a junior.
Yeah.
And that's your only boy.
Only boy.
That's a proud dad moment.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
Boy coming.
Yeah, definitely. I when my wife was pregnant with him, I felt like I had a boy coming. I just wanted a boy.
You knew that boy was there.
He has to come. This is him. But yeah, man, he's amazing, man. We don't like. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's certain things I just watch. And I never really mention it. I don't say much, but he has so much of me. Like you say,
he moved like that.
Yeah, like his rhythm, his rhymes. Like he don't like he'll do like little certain things, make up songs and stuff, and like it's just like, man, okay, I see it. Different things like that, and he's very. At times I feel like, okay, my son is a mama's boy, and that's fine. But at times I be wanting him to, dad, but he's in that mom stage. But when it comes to me, like at certain moments, it's little reminders that, okay, he's watching. Because like even the other day, I was in the barber shop and the barber was playing rap music. And it was Christian rap, but I'm not even sure if my son knew or what. I don't even think it even mattered to him. But we was talking about rapping, and the man was like, oh yeah, so yeah, you still rapping, you back rapping. And my son interrupted and said, excuse me, my dad is the greatest rapper in the world. And he said that like he really meant that. And it was just like, for me, as a guy that's like real quiet and silent, I like to stay low key to myself when it comes to talking about debates or different things or do people think I'm good? But at that moment, I don't know, but I began to like swell.
It is, yeah.
It's like, oh, you tell him, son. you tell him, yeah. So yeah, man, that was a good feeling. At the same time, like I said, he's watching. So
they do watch, man. And my daughter, man, I did a song called "You." I just dropped a song called "You."
I saw that.
My daughter sings that song.
Wow.
Yeah. She'll go in the studio. She wants to put on the headphones, and then she'll just go into the mic and say a bunch of nothing. She's 3. So I was 3? Yeah, I think she's 3. I'm like you. I think she's 3. But yeah, like, and she'll go in there and try to rap. So it's a cool moment. My son, the oldest one, Daniel, the junior, he hasn't gravitated to anything like music or something like that. Before he did, when he was younger, he did grab a mic when I was at an event and just start talking into the microphone.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to teach him how to take pictures. I was gonna teach him how to take pictures, but that didn't last very long.
Okay.
He just kind of lost interest in that. Yeah, Soraya, she sings. She likes to sing. Okay, Seth, I haven't seen anything out of him yet, though. The youngest one, I haven't seen too much out of him. But and they all like playing the piano. They'll beat on the piano, so they'll do that. They'll do that part of everything. So, but yeah, I think and as fathers, man, I think it's like kids know, because my oldest son, he doesn't live with us, but like they know dad, and just having our presence around, even if we're not always engaging with them, just our presence in the building. Kids move a little differently, man, and I noticed that within my own children. Like when I'm home, what they do or don't do, not that they're gonna act up like that, but just the way they move and carry themselves, knowing that dad is around, they notice it, man, and that encourages me to even be present, stick around, be around, you know, for what that does in their development process. But yeah, man, that's dope. Oh, hey, I don't always drink, but when I do it from a sit-down mug. Stay thirsty, my friends. That's dope. So, how long have you been married for? How long have y'all been married?
It's about 8 years, I believe.
8 years?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's amazing. You guys almost hitting that 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Where'd y'all get married at? What was that like?
We got married at the courthouse in Orlando. We met at the same job, as a matter of fact. Like, yeah, definitely. I don't think she took a liking to me at first. I didn't either. We didn't like each other like that. We joked. We were joking about that the other day a while ago. We became friends, and it went from there.
Yeah,
definitely. I think because, you know, with me, the reason why we didn't like each other, because I was a person, I had a lot going on, and not like I said, I was a distributor. I use those words. So I didn't need people I felt like was gonna say something, and some people would say in my ears like, you know she gonna tell, and I'm just like, so I wanted to be able to move freely and do what I need to do, and I felt like she was gonna be getting in the way because she want to do right, you know. But yeah.
But she was a Christian when y'all met?
Yes, but I didn't know that. All I knew is that I just needed my privacy to do everything that I need to do, you know. And so we could no longer move the way I wanted to move within the group that I was working with.
Yeah.
So that kind of frustrated me. It messed up a little bit of stuff for me, but in the end, I gained something greater than that. So
then that's what matters right there.
Yeah, definitely.
You were raised in a single parent home?
Yes, I was definitely raised in a single parent home. And sometimes I'm gonna throw this out there. It's a different when, you know, I see now it's truly a difference being raised in a single parent home than someone who's raised in a home with marriage that has a happily marriage or a strong moving marriage that stayed consistent and worked out. You see things differently, you know. You learn things differently, you know. So if like me and my wife, we come together, it brings different points of views, you know. So, but you know, you have to learn how to gel past that or gel with that. How can I say this? In any type of relationship, I would say that if you take this is something just random off the top of my head. I do that sometimes, and sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it don't. But we're gonna find out. Here we go. So if you take, red and blue and mix that to make purple, it doesn't make that right away. That's something that has to be worked together to become one, and that takes time, and that's just like with any relationship. You're combining something that takes time. It has to work together.
That's true.
But if you're not going to put that time in the work, you're not going to see the outcome of what's there to come. It can stay. It can never. You can try and you leave it there, and it can just stay red and blue. You can see a little intertwine of it. Where you see it starting to work, but you didn't finish it out. So you got to do the whole process to see what the outcome will be. It can be something beautiful if you just give it a try and work it out.
Dang, Deshay.
That might have worked.
It did work. That may be the snippet I use to promote the show with. To promote this sit down.
You know what? I'm going to have a sip from the sit down cup after that.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what, that is so true, because I think that a lot of times we get married, myself included. I was ignorant to that fact. I thought when I got married that I was going to be a husband, not in just title, but in action and deed and in heart. I thought that I was going to become a husband. How naive of me, And these type of things take time. Like real time, not like
learning.
They take years, But I didn't know that, and it's no one's fault. I didn't know that, You don't know what you don't know, right? But as you get in it, you realize that this mixture, becoming one, is going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take patience as that time permits, and as time goes along, you start seeing pieces of yourself falling. You start seeing your heart start softening, and you can speak for it. I know you can. Them kids, man, they'll soften you up in ways you never knew. Man, I'm over here calling my kids adorable. I ain't never used adorable in a sentence before, But precious, man, and even the way my wife engages with them. I just sit back and just watch that whole engagement. I'm like, oh, that's so cute right there. I was never doing that before, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
That those pieces of us fall off, and we start caring. And I think that that's the biggest thing, being a man. You just have to learn how to care and what to care for.
Definitely.
I can empathize with the weed smoking part of your testimony, and I want to ask you about your testimony. We'll get into that a little later.
All right.
But let's get into that now, man. What was that? What was, if you want to share a little bit of it, and then your coming to Jesus moments or whatever. What was that like for you? Because I was a weed smoker. I was a distributor for a period of time.
Definitely. I think one of the initial moments, okay, let's do this. Like I said, I had this incident where I had some guns drawn out on me, and I was.
How old were you when that happened?
This happened. Not sure. My daughter was not born. She's about 9. So this probably had to happen 10 years ago. And I had been saved, and did this, did that, and came back. But this was that moment right here where I was like,
being saved take time to stick. It don't stick right away.
Yeah, I know it. So this happened probably about 10 years ago. I'd say give or take 10 years ago maybe. But when this situation happened with the guns and different things like that, I think basically what happened was, let me tell you the story. This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm just gonna put it out there. People still to this day, I have even some brothers that's close to my people that was there at the situation, that they were there. They say, man, you don't know how high you was, But I was like, yeah, but they was like, that's probably why you seen what you seen, not the gun situation per se, but what I'm getting ready to tell you now. They was like, you were high. That's probably what it was. You're hallucinating. You on marijuana. ecstasy. So that's what it. But I'm telling you, I've been on that 1,000 times and still ain't never seen
nothing like this.
Yes. So as I'm driving off, right, from the situation, because like I had my brothers, they actually had to pull up, because I drove my truck into a ditch trying to get away. And I don't know how, but I was like, please God, I don't know how my truck moved out the ditch. It was in the ditch. That was it. My truck moved out the ditch. So I should have known somebody was on my side then, because my truck, like in a ditch, it moved out the ditch. I drove my truck. Now, because I'm on the things I'm on, I don't have good judgment. So I decided to drive into an apartment complex. Sounds like a good idea, but it wasn't it's a one way in, one way out.
Oh, so, type of apartment?
Yeah, one of those. So I done drove in there and I was just like, stupid. I'm hitting myself, stupid. Oh, and they ride. But I'm watching them run by me. And as they running by, I'm watching my brothers and them. They coming up as the guys running off. They running off. And my brothers finally come up like 30 seconds later, they coming up. I see them coming up, they coming. And cause they was at the party still. And they come up and they like, man, wait, you know what I'm saying? What's up? You know what I'm saying? So nothing's up. I'm good. I just want to go home. So I'm getting myself together. He's like, man, you gonna drive? You gonna go home? I'm going home. So I'm going home, and I kid you not, I drive into the gas station because I needed gas. My gas tank is on E. Now this is what's gonna get crazy. I drive in the gas. These guys done followed me to the gas station. I said, ain't no way. Cause they that bold, you know what I'm saying, to follow me. I'm not finna get out no car. It's just little old me by myself. I barely weigh 175 right now. I weigh like 155 back then. I was like, ain't no way. So I said, I just keep driving. And we just gonna drive until I just can't drive no more. Hopped on the I-4. And I don't know if they were following me or not, but I felt like they were following me. But I just said, God, I don't know what's going on. My daughter's about to be born. I'm crying. I'm like, my daughter gonna be born soon. I can't go out like this, man. I can't live my life like this. My daughter about to be born. I'm about to die. This, it can't be this way. Can't be this way. And someone told me to look at my gas tank. And I watched my gas tank go from E to F. I can't make this up. I wouldn't even lie on God like this. This is nothing to lie about. I watched my gas tank go from E to F. And that's why every now and then, every time when I want to just give up on Christianity, and when I question if God's not real, I do all that. I have self-doubt. But every time when I'm at the darkest of my moments, I want to stop going to church, I want to stop doing everything, I don't want to hear nothing. All I got to do is watch from E to F, because that's something I can't make up. That's not something somebody told me. That's not something I found in the scripture. That was a personal encounter with God I had for myself. Can't make it up. And the craziest part is that gas tank stayed from E to F for 3 days. It never dropped from full for 3 days.
Bro, those moments, it's miracles, man. Those moments happen in our life, and they're there for that reason. When the Bible talks about not casting your pearls before swine, that's the pearl it's referring to, because in those moments, I share lightly with people because I don't want a person trampling on my pearl.
Gotcha.
I had to live to attain that. Like, you had to live to attain that pearl. That's precious. And I think that's why faith is something that we can't explain. It can only be experienced. So your name change. Yeah. What was that about?
Going from Slim 100, which was serve, love him, giving 100. I think with that name, it was a good name, good message behind it, and doing the serve man thing. But it was, I don't want to say fake, but it was a costume that you put on to perform. You put on when you go in the studio. Yeah, Slim 100. So let me put on that Slim 100.
Oh.
But in that reality, that comes back off. So now I wanted to give people me, like fully me, you know. So whether you like it or not, it's not something that I can fix. I can fix it, but I can't like create something, a fake image. This is me, take it or leave it.
It's not an image, this is me.
This is Deshay. And I actually have, and what's so funny was, you know, I know people have their beliefs about different things, about tattoos and different things like that. I get that, I respect that. But I have Deshay on my stomach, and it's written, but then it's like got flames on it. And for the longest, like my mom would ask me, like, "What's the meaning of this tattoo? What's the meaning of that tattoo?" Because she never wants you. She don't want tattoos on neither one of her children. But if you gonna have it, let me know what it means.
Yeah.
So, but I never could give an answer to that. And before I did Heart, I kept saying I'm gonna go with my name. I'm gonna go with my name, Deshay. And I realized that I've been through the flames. You know, I've been through some trying times, but it didn't kill me. It only refined me. I'm ready to shine now. You know, and this is a diamond in the rough. You know, something that people overlook but don't even know that this is God's doing. This is God's hand. So, Deshay.
Deshay.
Just simple, my name.
I used to go by Danny Blaze, and Danny Blaze was my name, and that was because I used to smoke a lot. So when I started doing more CHH, I was trying to be Danny Blaze. It just didn't work. It didn't work because I was just like, and I tried to flip the meaning of Danny Blaze.
Yeah, try to wordplay.
Yeah, try to wordplay it, and the whole time it's just like it got to be, and for me, and I like what you're saying because it's like, yo, this is who I am, you know, and so I don't have an A-list. I'm Daniel Tademy, and I like that a lot better because you could do so much with that because like you could be here one moment. You could be here, then you could be here, you could flip it, and it's just like, yo, I don't have to worry about fitting into this pocket because I told y'all who I was to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like Deshay.
Man.
I like Deshay.
Definitely. I appreciate that. It feels good. I've been the most, I'm not gonna say I'm putting out my best music. I'm not gonna say I'm putting out my worst music, but it's my music where I'm happy right now. Like it's not stressful. It's a joy to do it now. You know, it's no pressure of, you know, well, this how they looking for, you know, this. No, this is just me. I'm happy. I'm just enjoying myself. Whether I get a dime for it, or whether I get a million followers, or whether I get an award for it, it don't matter. I'm happy. I enjoy doing this. Yeah.
Do you write?
Yeah.
Or do you freestyle?
I write. I can't freestyle to save my life. I try and I get booed horribly. You know, I need that pen and paper real quick, you know. But I enjoy it though.
Yeah.
The whole process of it, you know. I'm the type that I make a song to a certain production, and then delete the song, and then, you know, 2 months later, so I take that same production and make something else to it, you know.
You can do that?
Yeah,
I can't do that.
I have to delete that. Get it out. I can't do it right away. That's why I got to let the song delete out my memory, and then I just come back and do something else.
I've tried to do that, and I can't get rid of that first song.
So at first, it's there. It's like,
it's there. I just move on to a whole nother thing. Like I got some songs in there, it's just like a chorus and a verse. Some it's just a verse.
Okay, so you already know I need go ahead and give me one of them songs so I can. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot on the sit down. Let me get one of them songs, man, and I'll put a verse on it, man. Especially since you looked out for me.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been in this creative space. I don't write anymore. I stopped writing.
Oh man,
I got rid of the pad last year. Toward the end of last year. The artist that inspired me to do it was Jaden Smith.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. Jaden has been. I like Jaden. Like I was a fan of Will Smith growing up. I was a fan of his dad, his music. I was probably like the only black person I knew at that time jamming Will Smith. But but Jaden. So I got put on to Jaden from Icon. Listened to his Icon single. And so, I just been following his music. I went all the way back to his old stuff because I'm a fan of the journey. That's why I love to sit down. I'm a fan of the person's journey. They might not always I don't like every song from him. He might not do everything I like, but I'm a fan of the journey. I like watching people's journeys. So he was talking on, forgot the show it was, but he was like, yeah, freestyle. And I hear artists do that. Wayne freestyles. I hear different artists say they Jay-Z freestyles, Ye freestyles. I hear a lot of artists talking about freestyling. And Jaden said he did it, and the dude was like, well, can you give me something now? So Jaden just starts freestyling on the spot, and I was like, dang, man. He said, yeah, I don't write. He said, I'll go in there, I'll spit a line, leave the studio for a little bit, maybe take a break, come back, spit some more bars, and I'll leave. So he was just explaining his creative process. And I was like, let me try it. Let me give
it a twirl.
Let me see what I can do. And I grew up freestyling, but I backed away from it because I wasn't confident in it. So I started writing. So I went in there, I did something. I was like, dang, it may work. So I get more comfortable. I don't do the whole song. I'm not no Jay-Z. I don't do a whole song. I'll maybe like spit a couple bars. Maybe I'll finish the verse, finish it up, or then take a break. If I can't think of nothing else coming, I'll go in there, spit again. Like when I did your song, I did that like straight. Like I spit it and I just kept going. Spit a couple bars, then I
that verse is crazy too, man.
I appreciate it,
man. What is it? The work of art. The blood stains on that wood frame.
That wood frame.
Man,
you got that one?
Yeah,
you got that
man. I was like, man, this is dope. He went crazy on this one.
I'm glad.
You and Eddie Akers. Shout out to Eddie Akers.
He killed that
man.
too.
I was like, man, this
that song is gonna be hard, bro.
Yeah, man.
I told my wife, I said that song is gonna be hard when it drops.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about that one. We're gonna probably go ahead and do that one in maybe the end of November, early December for sure. For sure, we got to, and we gonna have to link up and get a video done to that one.
Yeah, we definitely. That video's gonna be hard too. Yeah. That song is hard. Like the maturity on that song is what I love so hard, bro. Like him, the chorus, the verses, like it feels like a full song. There's a lot of substance in it. It just feels meaty.
Definitely.
It don't, like, I'm all for a Turn Up for Christ track. I made them before.
Definitely.
I'm all for the turn up. But like, there has to be a substance, man. It got to be a story. Like, even if you're going to turn up, we're going to turn up, like, for what? What am I turning up for?
Gotcha.
Gotcha. So what's up with this song, For Life? You want to talk a little bit about that?
For Life, that's me, you, Eddie Akers, man. That song right there, it's just, honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you the hook, how the hook came about. Cause like I'm a visionary type person.
I thought that was a freestyle. When I heard the hook, I was like, he freestyled.
Nah, man. But you know what though? Here's the thing. All right, how can I say it? A lot of times, I can't just come up with a right like that. What I do is I see a picture in my mind for my hooks. A lot of times I see a video clip or something in my mind, video clip that I done made up in my mind, God has placed in my mind. But it's a sense of humor. This one is kind of funny, but I knew it was gonna be, well, it might not be funny. I'm just corny, but you know what I'm saying. But when I see For Life, watch this now. I knew it was gonna be not just me on this track off the rip. When I seen the hook in my mind, I seen Jesus driving a whip with a hat on like my hat, but he had said Christ, and he was driving it, and like I'm sitting in the passenger seat. And I'm just like chilling with Jesus. And we pulled up to two different spots, like, and we got two different people in. And I was just like, okay, so, and then you came to mind, and I was like, man, I gotta get Eddie Akers too, cause I've been wanting to work with him. So let me pull up and get Eddie Akers. I got y'all. Let me pull up and get Eddie Akers, man. And that's. I was just like, man, yeah, man. I know two people. I know that really been consistent. They may do other things, but those two people I know are consistent. And then I was like, man, that track dope. And the track was actually named For Life before I even got it. So when I seen that and I put that all in the play, I was just like, man, this has got to be something for life. I got to be fully persuaded. You know, still dealing with stuff that I've been going through. I'm like, I can't let nothing separate me from the love of God. You know, and that's just how it came out.
That's crazy that you say that, because like the bar I put in that song was like, right hand on my lion heart, left hand on the will of God. Bro, that's hard.
Yeah, man.
Now did you think? Now did you tell me that? Cause I didn't know that before. I didn't even hear your verse before.
Yeah, I know.
That's on point though. I like that.
Definitely.
We think about creatives. Period. Like, do you think creatives are like interesting people? I think some creatives are. I think I'm a weird person. I think creatives are weird people. I think you have to be weird.
Definitely. I like stuff like that, man. And I think that's why I took. I was so excited about this song, and like that's why I keep like hitting y'all up in the inboxes and stuff. Like, hey man, we got to come up with something. I want to see what it's gonna be like, especially when I got two selfless. Like it ain't y'all. Not to say anything about anybody else, but I just know that y'all two. It ain't about you. Shoot, it's about God, and it's about the better of the art. You know.
Right.
So. I see how this can play out, and I'm just like, man, this can be special because both of them creative. I feel I'm creative. I'm like, man, this is. It goes back to the color scheme again. You know, that's why I ain't trying to rush it. I'm just, you know, we gonna get it together, man. This is gonna be something special.
The first idea I got for the video was 3 different locations, 3 different people, like in your comfort zone, in my comfort zone. In his comfort zone.
Yeah.
So like the video will tell that story, and then we'll probably all end up in the same place later in it. But like when the person is delivering their verse, they're in their area, whatever they look like, their zone, whatever.
Yeah.
And then invite for everybody else. That was the first idea I had. Where you single out that individual. Definitely, and then you pull it together toward the end. But I thought that'd be a dope look for it.
Oh man, I think it would.
I'm a fan of the visuals. Like, I love making the music, right? I like making music. I love that. But what really gets me moving is like the visuals, man. I love the video aspects. I want to be doing something video related at some point. I'll probably never leave music. I keep saying I'm gonna stop doing music, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep dropping singles.
Yeah.
Until I get to an album. I don't know. I just love making music so much. But I like the videos. I like the visuals. I like doing those. I appreciate you talking to me, man. I don't really have too much more. I will ask you what you think about what's going on in our nation right now, like the temperature of our nation. I ask all my guests that.
Man.
What are you feeling? What you like? What you don't like? What you vibing with? Are you just like over all of this race stuff?
I mean,
because you got a black man coming. You got a black. But they're killing the women too.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to say I don't have an issue with the race thing. It's just I think preparation is key. Like when it comes to our youth and our future, I'm not gonna say that nobody else don't take those proper precautions, but I feel like if everybody took that proper precaution to train what is right, what is just, what is fair, it may not change what's happening today, but it can transition what's happening tomorrow. And that's all a part of seed sowing, you know, and then growing it, man. You're going to get what you get out of it. If we continue to allow people to glorify certain things as far as racism and hatred towards, you know what I'm saying, towards one another race, not just only towards our race, but to other races as well. We keep doing that and magnifying that, we're going to continue to see what we're seeing. I feel like we need more emphasis, you know, I don't even know if I said that word right, but more light on the positivity. You know, we constantly go on these justice for this, justice for that. They know they wrong. We know we do that, and that stuff good. But we need to start finding some of the positive stuff. Begin to put that same type of emphasis behind that as well. You know, like let's bring some light on that. You know, because not all cops are bad cops.
Nope.
Not all white people are. Not all black people are racist. Are not all this. You know, it's some people in this world that are some stand up people. You know, and I want to bring attention to those people as well, because I believe bringing that pivot praise to them can bring, you know, some more light into the world.
Make good popular.
Yeah, definitely. There you go. Make good popular.
Write that down, babe.
Yeah, you better write it down.
Make good popular.
Take that.
You can take it.
Oh,
we can take it.
We can make something out of that.
Oh yeah. Make some shirts. Yes. Make good popular. I got a dope design already in my head.
See, visionaries come to work.
Look, I love that, man. I just think that, you know, I think you have an amazing future, bro, ahead of you, doing some dope stuff. I appreciate that, man. I just feel like the assurity that you have in yourself, which is a confidence, which is not an arrogance, it's not a boastful thing, but I feel like you're sure about who you are right now. I feel like, you know, you've accepted the good things about yourself, but the bad things too. But the bad things don't exclude you from who you are. You just accept, this is who I am. Yes, I'm gonna work on them, but it's a part of me. And I had to do that too. And I recognize that because I recognize it in myself. I've had to deal with that. And you're just comfortable in you. And when you're comfortable in you, you become a problem because can't nobody shift you. They can try, they can come, and it's gonna hit us, but like they can't shake you from that. That's what makes me feel like so hard that you about to tear some stuff up, bro.
Man, that's awesome.
I'm gonna sit back and watch it.
Hey man, join the party, man. Let's do it, man.
I appreciate you sitting down, man. Unless you got something for the people, man, you wanna something you wanna tell them? I'm gonna tag you all in this post.
Oh, definitely, man. Man, it's still serve, love him, Jesus Christ, man, 100. But just call me Deshay. Glory to God. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, Deshay912. You can find me on YouTube, same thing, Deshay912. And just look out for me because I'm getting ready to do some more stuff for the kingdom, and just know that I'm going to keep the light on this time. Preach.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all so much for tuning into another episode of The Sit Down. Give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't. I know you subscribed because you wouldn't just watch my stuff without subscribing.
Oh, we can't
Comment
do that.
your thoughts, and I'll see y'all next time. Dope, bro. How you feel about it?
Oh, I feel good about it, man. I feel good. I enjoyed myself, man, thoroughly.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Man. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.